Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm back with another process video for you guys using the newest release from Creative Retreat. This is my Refuge. What I have here is the devotional, and like I've done in months past, I'm going to be starting out in my growth journal. This has been a really nice place to work through the reflection questions, which I've already gone ahead and cut out over here. Usually those are on the side there. And this just gives me a place where I can answer them all at once and really kind of focus on those questions and then do my Bible journaling separate from that. So I will have this journal linked down below for you guys, though you can use any journal that you want. I just like this one in particular. And with working in this book, I try to keep the artwork pretty simple. I don't want to go too crazy, though I do want to show you guys some fun things along the way, but it's not going to be too elaborate. So what I have here is the kit from my Refuge, but I've also gone ahead and pulled out a couple of stickers from my stash that color coordinate with the kit. I have the inks, which are listed over in the Creative Retreat shop underneath this release. You can find that, as well as coordinating washi. This washi isn't listed. This is the Spark washi, but I did pull that out. I don't think I'm going to use it today, but it would coordinate well with this kit also. And then we're going to be doing a little bit of stamping, and I have the stencil from this release, and I'm going to be using some watercolor through the stencil. Now, you could use ink blending and that kind of thing, but I wanted to show you something a little bit different. And yes, you can use watercolors through your stencil, so I wanted to kind of show you how to do that. So let me go ahead. I'm going to put you guys on fast forward, and we'll put together this one page for my reflection questions from my Refuge. All right, so we're going to, I like to start by kind of laying out the page. Now, you don't have to do this. I just, I like the spacing to be even. So I'm going ahead and laying out those questions. And the nice thing is these pages have like a dot grid, so it makes it really easy to line things up and space things out. And then I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to use this smaller floral stamp from the kit as kind of like a bullet point. And I'm using, that first color was Waterfall Blue. This is Plum Baroque. I will also use Rose Corsage, Peachy Keen, and then Waterfall Blue once again. These colors are all over in the Creative Retreat shop. She has them listed underneath the category for the My Refuge release, so it makes it super easy to shop the colors that coordinate with the kit this month. So now that I have those stamped out and kind of have those holding my spacing, I can move on to the watercolor. So I'm using a flat-ended paintbrush, and I'm using a mix of Daniel Smith watercolors. That's what's in those water bottle caps, and then some Art Philosophy watercolors. Now, you can see this first one is a mess. So here's the trick with this technique. You want more paint, less water. You want very, very, very little bit of water, and make sure that you're using a flat paintbrush. Don't overwork the stencil. You really are only wanting to go over it once or twice, and again, less water, because the water is what's going to seep underneath the stencil, and you're just kind of like skipping across the stencil very softly, not pressing too hard. And you'll see as I progress, I kind of get better at the stencil. That first one was just too wet. It does help to kind of spritz your watercolors with some water just to activate the pigment. That way you're not introducing a whole lot of water from your paintbrush. And you may want to practice this technique on a separate piece of paper before you do it, like in your journal or your Bible or something like that. These square watercolors are the Art Philosophy. Those are formerly Prima Marketing watercolors. So I'll probably have them listed down below as Prima Marketing because they do have a mix of branding, but they are transitioning. I like both of them. Daniel Smith are beautiful. The ones that I have here were a gift from an online friend. And so these are all like duochromes and just different like glitters and kind of holographic looking. I don't know. They have some really fun iridescence to them, so it won't show up in the camera, but in person they have a lot of fun colors. And then you'll see I'm kind of using different lines of the stencil as I go down. So each line is a different zigzag, and that's just going to add a little bit of variance. And most of this will be covered up with the alphabet stickers, but I just wanted to show you that technique. Now, this one I thought needed a little bit more peach since I have that Peachy Keen flower, so I'm just going to line my stencil right back up, go over the top of it with this. The Prima Marketing watercolors have a little bit of filler in them. They're more of a craft watercolor, so they're a little more opaque, less translucent. They're not completely opaque like acrylic paint, but you can go over the top of them and kind of change the color a little bit. So now I'm going through and just spelling out the numbers of the questions. Again, totally not necessary. You could just leave them on the questions and stick them down, but I like to kind of play with the stickers, add a little bit of color, and then that way when I flip through this notebook, at a glance, just by the colors and the stickers, I will know that this kit, you know, the My Refuge kit was used for this particular page. And again, I used the smaller font, was just some stickers from my stash. I'm not sure if those particular ones are still in the shop. So first I tried to outline with a white gel pen, but that was going to be frustrating. So I switched over to a micron pen. This is just going to help these letters stand out from those zigzags. Now that number 3, I used the darker kind of brick color letters, and I didn't use that anywhere else. So I don't know, I probably should have introduced that color in there in another way, but you know, it's okay. It does not have to be perfect. This is just in my journal. And that's why I like to work in here, because it kind of lets me test things out before I do my Bible journaling. And if it's messed up in here, I'm not, you know, as disappointed because it's not in my Bible. So I went ahead and glued down the questions just underneath the stickers that I have down there, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the title of the kit. Again, I like to do this so once I come back to this page, I will know that it is from this particular devotional. And it's just kind of fun to go back and see, you know, which ones I've worked through and, you know, kind of know that they all go together with the entries in my Bible. So off camera, I took the printables and I pulled this bird, changed it to black, and manipulated the size. Now, you can do that in a free program like Silhouette Studio. That's what I used. There's lots of free programs out there on the internet. You just have to search. I just scaled it in a few different scales just to see how it was going to fit on my page. And then the lighting is going to kind of change here because I'm using this little light pad. It's a very, very thin light box, basically. This is great for Bible journaling and creating in planners and notebooks because it's super, super thin. This particular one has 3 different light settings. It's USB, also works, you know, you just charge it with your USB and then you don't have to be attached to a cord. Makes it really simple for tracing. So I'm going over this with just a peach colored pencil. These ones are from the Jane Davenport colored pencils. If they're still available, I will link them down below. I wanted it very, very faint because, again, I'm going to be answering these questions. So I want to be able to write over the top of it. But I felt like this right-hand column of this page was just a little empty and naked. So I decided to add these birds. I really liked that sketchy bird. And you can see now how that looks nice and soft. I used 2 different sizes there that I had manipulated in that program. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of splatters just to kind of tie everything together. If you look at my desk, there's just like permanent splatters all over everything on my desk. That's what I do. I'll dry that, and that is going to be it for this reflection journaling page. Super, super easy. We'll do a close-up look here. Again, what you can't see on camera is there's a lot of like shimmer and things in that watercolor, so it's super fun. So now I can answer those questions and then do some Bible journaling. So there you go. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below for me. Check out the description box for links to everything that I used. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.